All right, so I am reading from You're Born an Original, Don't Die a Copy. I started reading this morning. I just read a little bit out of this book, and I felt like it was going to be really good. So I decided I would just read it to share because I think it's going to be useful. So I think it might be helpful to you. So I thought I would share it with you. Nugget number one: how many outstanding generalities do you know? How many outstanding people do you know with unique and distinctive characteristics? Don't be a living custard. It's true what Eric Hoffer said: when people are free to do as they please, they usually imitate each other. Man is the only creation that refuses to be what he is. Don't just look for miracles. You are a miracle. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's from Psalms 139:14. Do not be awestruck by other people and try to copy them. Nobody can be you as efficiently and as effectively as you can. When you fully use the gifts you have, people call you gifted. One of the hardest things about climbing the ladder of success is getting through the crowd of copies at the bottom. You are a specialist. You are not created to be all things to all people. More than 90% of all flowers have either unpleasant odor or none at all. Yet it is the ones with sweet fragrance that we most remember. Stand out. Follow the path of least resistance is what makes men and rivers crooked, says Larry Violet. Too many people get cemeteries of their lives by burying their talents and gifts. The copy adapts himself to the world, but the original tries to adapt the world to him. Don't copy the behaviors of this world, but be a new and different person with fresh newness in all you do and think. Then you will learn from your own experience how his ways will really satisfy you. And that's from Romans 12:2. It doesn't take a majority to make a change. It takes only a few determined originals and a sound cause. You're the only one in all of creation who has your set of abilities. You're special. You're rare, and in all rarity there is great worth. You are not insignificant. You are valuable and precious. God loves you just the way you are, but he loves you too much to leave you the way you are. Could Hamlet have been written by a committee, or the Mona Lisa painted by a club? Could the New Testament have been composed as a conference report? Creative ideas do not spring from groups, they spring from individuals. The divine spark leaps from the finger of God to the finger of Adam, said A. Wimsley Griswold. While an original is always hard to find, he is easy to recognize. God leads every soul in an individual way. There are no precedents. You are the first you that ever was. There is not enough darkness in the whole world to put out the light that God has put in you. You are an original. So this is out of You're Born an Original, Don't Die a Copy, and like it's just there's so much good stuff in it. It's so good. So I hope you'll stay tuned. This is Nugget 2. Passion is the spark for your fuse. God has put inside every person the potential to be passionate. One person with passion is greater than the passive force of 99 who have only an interest. To many people, to many people only Too many people have only an interest in their destiny. The book of Ecclesiastes says, "Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might." Everyone loves something. We are shaped and motivated by what we love. It is our passion. Ignore what you are passionate about, and you ignore one of the greatest potentials that God has put inside you. Nothing significant was ever achieved without passion. Jesus was a passionate man. He died for us because he loved us passionately. Most winners are just ex-losers who got passionate. The worst bankruptcy in the world is the person who has lost his enthusiasm, his passion. When you add passion to a belief, it becomes a conviction. And there is a big difference between a belief and a conviction. Belief agrees with the facts. Conviction brings persistent action to your belief. Driven by passionate conviction, you can do anything you want with your life except give up on the thing you care about. My friend Mike Murdoch said, "What generates passion and zeal in you is a clue to revealing your destiny. What you love is a clue to something you contain." Fulfilling God's plan for your life is a passion or it is nothing. We are told to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul. Without passion, man is a mere Latin force and a possibility, like the flint which awaits the shock of the iron before it can give forth its spark. Pessimism never won any battles. There are many things that will catch my eye, but there are only a very few that catch my heart. It is those I consider to pursue. Let the passion that is within you rise to meet your destiny. I mean, what do you think? Any thoughts on this? Isn't that like it's just little? It seems like little tidbits. Like it's really simple to read, and it's good stuff. I really like it. So nugget three is just these questions. Um, who said it? It is an important question to ask of everything we believe. Do you make promises or commitments? Do you make friends before you need them? Does God seem far away? If so, guess who moved? Who's creating your world? Do you have a strong will or a strong won't? The last time you failed, did you stop trying because you failed? Or did you fail because you stopped trying? What is it like to be my friend? What is it like to work with me? Are you making a living or a life? And the future generations were dependent on you for spiritual knowledge. How much would they receive? That's a good question. If the future generations were dependent on your spiritual knowledge, how much would they receive? Do you risk enough to exercise your faith in God? Do you say Our Father on Sunday and then act like an orphan the rest of the week? Are you willing to are you willing to preach what you practice? Does failure discourage or bring determination? Do you exist or do you live? Is God your hope or your excuse? What dominates your day? How many people have made you homesick to know God? Is your mission on earth finished? How many selfish people do you know? How many people did you know that became successful at something they hate? What force is more potent than love? Is there anything too hard for the Lord? If you were arrested for being kind, would there be enough evidence to convict you? What is more miserable than being out of God's will? I hope you enjoyed this video. I think this book is awesome, and it's just a little bit. It's real. I mean, I could probably finish this book in another 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's 100 and some pages here, but it's big print, short chapters, simple read, very encouraging. I think it brings out your uniqueness. It helps you to think, to feel comfortable, and be you because you are unique. You are special.